Hello friends! How are you? I hope you're great and ready to have fun with me. Today I have a question for you. Can you swim? Yes, you can! Great! But if you think you can't, I can show you today that everybody can swim, and you too! Why? Let's make an experiment. Okay? Let's go! The experiment is called float or sink. Float means to stay on the surface of water, and sink means to go down to the bottom. To make the experiment, we'll need a jar of water and some small objects. I will take a cork, a bolt, a match, a paper clip, a toothpick, and a sponge. Let's make it a game. I will take an object and ask you, will it float or will it sink? You will make your guess, and then I will put the object into the jar with water, and we'll see what will happen. If your guess is right, you will get 10 points. Okay? Great! Let's start the game. First, let's take the cork. Will it float or will it sink? Make your guess. Ready? Okay, let's see what will happen. 1, 2, 3. You see? It is floating. If you said float, you get 10 points. Now it's a bolt. Will it float or will it sink? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look, it sank. Now it's a match. Will it float or will it sink? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look, it is floating. So if you said float, you get 10 points. Now the paper clip. Will it float or will it sink? 1, 2, 3. It is at the bottom. And if you said sink, you get 10 points. Now the toothpick. The toothpick. Will it float or will it sink? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. It is floating on the surface, and if you said float, you get 10 points. Super! And last, it is the sponge. Will it float or will it sink? 1, 2, 3. Oh, look! It is floating. Now, here are the results of our experiment. So, how many points do you have? 60 points? Wow, great! If you have less than 60 points, don't worry, it's okay. We are just learning. Density makes objects heavier or lighter than water. And that is why the objects which are heavier, they sink, and the objects which are lighter, they float. Let's divide the objects into groups: lighter than water and heavier than water. Can you help me? Okay. Is the cork lighter than water or heavier than water? Yes, right. It is lighter than water. Is the bolt lighter than water or heavier than water? Right, it's heavier than water. Is the match lighter than water or heavier than water? Right, it's lighter than water. And the paperclip? Is it lighter or heavier than water? Right, it's heavier than water. And what about the toothpick? Great, it's lighter than water. And the sponge? Right, it's lighter too. Thank you! And as you see now, we have two groups of things which are lighter than water and heavier than water. Now let's look at them carefully. What material are they made of? And yes, they are made of metal. And things made of metal are heavier than water. Is it always so? Let's make another experiment. Look, I have an old, empty Coca-Cola tin. What is the material which the tin is made of? It's aluminium. Aluminium is a metal. Let's put the tin into the water. What do you think? Will it float or will it sink? Make your guess and you will get another 10 points. Okay? Now let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wow! It doesn't go down. It even jumps out of the water. Why? Interesting, yes? What do you think helps the empty Coca-Cola tin float? Right, it's the air which is in the tin. Now the good news is that people are not made of metal. And there is air in our bodies. And you can breathe in the air and relax when you are in the river or in the sea, and you will float. And if you move your arms and legs, then you will swim. So the experiments show that everybody can swim, and you too. Do you want to know where it is easier to start to learn swimming? Follow me and watch my next video. Bye bye!